What is up, everybody? How is it going? How is it going? Austin Prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. I wonder how many times I have said that in my life now. Probably over 400 times, if I had to guess. Probably getting pretty close to that. But we're going to be talking about a fun topic today, and it's going to be about the real shortcut to weight loss, and we're going to be talking about the ones that are also bullshit. We're going to be talking about those because there are a lot of them out there. There are a ton of scams out there that you have to be careful of. But as you are tuning in, before we get things kicked off, let me know how your day is going. Say hi in the comments. And yeah, drop a like so that way I know you're here. Helps other people get a chance to see it. And if you know anybody who's ever, got bit in the ass by some bullshit supplement scam or shake or detox thing, feel free to, share this video and maybe they'll see it and maybe they'll see it. Maybe you're one of those people. Maybe you got bit in the ass by something like that. Because there's a lot of BS out there. There's a lot of snake oil out there. And a lot of shortcuts out there that aren't actually shortcuts. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to break down, some common ones, why they're bullshit, why they don't actually work, what to be careful of. And we're going to talk about actually how, my mindset around, what the real shortcut is when it comes to losing weight, right? Because you guys hear me say it pretty often. When you try to take a shortcut, you only shortcut yourself. So there is no, silver bullet solution to anybody's specific problem, or goal. And that's what we're going to talk about. Because a lot of times people feel like there's, if I just had this one thing, right? If I just had this one thing figured out, then I would reach my goals. But oftentimes it's a pretty multifaceted, issue that requires, a lot of, different things that need to be worked on and built up and skill sets to be, added into our routine. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be cool. So I'm going to get this thing kicked off here in 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? And welcome back to the Fit Parent Project. Hope you're having the best freaking day of your life since your mama had you. So today, speaking of mamas, I guess, I don't know, we're going to be talking about, the real shortcut to weight loss. And the reason why I say that is that, a lot of times people, whenever they're coming into a fitness journey or a weight loss journey, they want it fast, right? We want to reach our goals as quickly as possible. Like humans are very instant gratification prone, right? We want it now. And why would I wait if I can have it now? Why would I, and that mentality a lot of times, or even if, I don't even know if we would call it a mentality, it's more of just kind of like a instinctual thing that a lot of people have and act upon, it does not serve us very well for a weight loss journey. It does not serve us very well for a long-term goal to be achieved. And so, if you're, you've probably seen this before, right? And just to kind of let's give a little bit of background, right? Because there's a lot of BS out there when it comes to, people claiming that this is a shortcut. Like you can reach your goals by if you just take this pill or if you just drink this shake or, wear this sweatband belt thing. And if you've ever tried that and you're still trying it and you're probably like, oh my gosh, what did I, why didn't this work? Right. I'm going to try something else. And you're just constantly kind of you have this what we call shiny object syndrome, which is another topic for another episode. But, we end up, hopscotching from thing to thing, hoping that it's going to be the one thing that we need, the one thing that's going to get us to reach our goals. Because we're just missing this one thing, right? This one simple thing that we just don't know the secret about yet. And what pisses me off about it, right? The reason why I said, speaking of mamas or speaking of moms is that, a lot of this is targeted towards parents, but especially women and moms and the 2000s diet and fitness culture. A lot of that was just a lot of it was very heavily commercialized and sent towards, parents and moms especially, who are trying to lose weight. And it's that moms get targeted by this shit all the time. And it just, always drove me crazy. And it was one of those things that, initially led me to wanting to start this in the first place, to start this, to start my, coaching program and my training and my business in and of itself, because I was just I was just so tired of seeing people get taken advantage of. Things like detoxes, pills, shakes, all the MLM scams that are just like full of shit, that you see out there all the time. Nowadays, a lot of people are a lot more educated on fitness and nutrition, thankfully. So, we can tell typically what a scam looks like from something that's actually like got some merit to it. But, a lot of times people get sucked into these lose weight fast scams, or fix your gut health, or get this, like, I saw this post that was like, get this toxic sludge out of your body kind of thing. It's like what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you guys, like, the issue here is that people are saying, like, you realize, like, the cells in your body shed, right? Like, that's a thing. Like, that's a natural process. Like, it doesn't even, make fucking sense to, like, clear out the toxic sludge. You don't have toxic sludge in your body. That's not a thing. But they're preying on people's insecurities. They're preying on people's, issues. They're preying on people's desires to be, to reach their goals when they're in a very vulnerable place. They're selling this, and a lot of times they're like, they hear this and they're like, and they also think that they're going to make a little bit of money too, because these MLM scams take advantage of people. And they're like, oh, I can make a couple bucks too and reach my goals. Like, sweet. Like, who wouldn't want to do that, right? Like, I would want that if I was in that position. Except you can't though, right? And you don't. And you end up getting stuck, pushing these products that can do a lot more harm than good. And you're put in this like shitty position where you owe money to these like people who are like, selling snake oil. And that always like pissed me off and rubbed me the wrong way, because I know people that, got taken advantage of by that stuff. Some of my family members had that happen to them because they were, wanting to lose weight, because they were wanting to reach their goals. And it was just this like, selling this like fake dream. And, I don't want that to ever happen to anyone again, which is why I really, started this. And so, but the men and the women who are in this situation, the moms and the dads, the hardworking individuals who are just trying to like, feel confident again, be happy with themselves again, they don't know that, right? They don't have that information. They probably don't have a background in nutrition or biology, or kinesiology or anything like that, right? That most people haven't taken a fucking science class since high school, right? And let's be honest, like a lot of us, didn't necessarily pay that much attention during that time anyways. And so I don't really fault a lot of these people, these men and these women for getting sucked into these things. Like, we all have blind spots in our knowledge, right? But there's a difference between fault and responsibility, right? There's a difference between fault and responsibility. And when it comes down to, it's not your fault that you got taken advantage of, right, during those periods of time by these like snake oil salesmen. It's not your fault that you may not know or have this knowledge about these things, but it is your responsibility, now that I am pointing out this blind spot in your knowledge gap, that you need to take advantage. You need to learn about these things. You need to do something about it, and not just kind of sit on the sideline and just kind of like, stick your head in the sand and keep trying these like fake things that don't work. And so, I don't fault anybody, right, at the end of the day, because I feel like we're all, students at the end of the day. Like, we always have new things that we can learn, and I don't know shit that you might know, and you don't know shit that I know. And so that's okay. That's the beauty of this. And that's why I view people, as colleagues a lot of times, especially my clients. It's like, I'm probably going to learn something from you, but, and I hope that you learn something from me. And so, this is an opportunity to learn and get away from that, right? And so, there's a lot of bullshit pseudoscience out there in the fitness and supplement industry and nutrition industry. And there are a lot of like influencers out there with big names on social media with like massive followings that just spew out like random bullshit, because it's flashy, and it sounds too good to be true, or they're, kind of a zealot for a lot of those things. And so you've got to ask yourself, like, how is this person benefiting from me, buying into this like quick fix, right? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to make money off of you, right? And at the end of the day, right, it's one thing to make money doing something that's good for people and helping people out and trying to like, just be truthful and honest and authentic. But then it's another thing to be deceitful and shady and all that shit that just, really rubs you the wrong way. And it's kind of that like sliminess to it that's just like, it makes you feel gross, right? So, why would somebody though work hard, right? If they can just do these like 3 simple things, right? Or if I just take this pill or the silver bullet, and I'll have my dream body, right? They're telling you, lie after lie after lie about how you don't need to be in a calorie deficit, right? I saw shit like that before. I've seen it on TikTok before. And it's really one of those things that, it's just like, that doesn't even make fucking sense. But, they that doesn't fit their agenda, or they're just like, ignorant to the fact of it. And either way, it's not good for you, right? Either way, it's not good for you to be listening to them. And so, people saying like carbs are bad for you and that's why you can't lose weight, but don't worry, right? Don't worry. I've got this like solution, right? And they'll say it's the only way to actually lose weight, right? Is to buy my secret book or buy my special supplement or do this or do that. Then they just sell this bullshit that just doesn't work, honestly. And so, to innocent people that, like I said, are in vulnerable positions that, want to change their lives, that don't know any better. And it really drives me crazy, seeing that stuff happen to people, which is why I'm talking about this and why, I'm talking about the real shortcut, right? To actually see progress and actually see results. But, the only way to actually stop that stuff from happening, right? To stop people from getting taken advantage of is to fight back, right? By continuing to provide truth, right? And to provide real, solutions that are like realistic long term, right? And hoping that people will listen, right? By calling people out, right? I probably get unfriended by like at least one person every couple of weeks. On social media, just because, they'll post something, they'll share something, they're trying to sell some bullshit supplement, or detox or whatever. And you got like tons of people, commenting on it like, oh, what is this? Like, oh, send me information, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of times it's not even real people. A lot of times it's people who are also selling that shit, that are also leaving the same comments, that they got like told to from their like, whatever, their distributors. They're all on the same kind of email list and all that. But, instead of like, letting that slide, call them out, right? Outwork them, call attention to it with posts that, and information, or episodes of a podcast like this, right? And share it, by getting, people results, the right way, right? Through like scientifically backed methods that actually work. And, to prove that you don't actually have to follow these fad diets, right? That you don't need to waste your money on, and place hope in like these expensive like diet pills that are just like, that are bullshit, right? That are appetite suppressants, right? If you want an appetite suppressant, go drink a cup of coffee. So, that you can still, eat food and love, that you love in moderation without demonizing a food group, right? Like that you can reach your goals and maintain them through a lifestyle shift. And oftentimes, like, I'm going to be honest, like sometimes it does feel like a bit of an uphill battle as somebody who, does this, kind of for a living, where I, spend a lot of time, like writing out like an outline for a live like this, or for an episode of a podcast like this, or for a post or something like that, Sometimes it does kind of feel like an uphill battle whenever, I put time into something like this, and, it may, it may get a couple of likes or something like that. And, that's good. And I'm happy that does that. But then you see somebody who, throws up something that they didn't even write on a Facebook, word post. And then, that they got from like I said, like their chain email from their MLM supplier. And then that post gets a ton of people asking about it and commenting on it because, people like flashy, shiny stuff. And, a sustainable fitness journey isn't the most, flashy thing sometimes, right? Because it doesn't, get you, what you want instantly, right? You have to work for it, which, unfortunately, and I get it. Like, if somebody is selling me this, one size fits all solution that's going to get me where I want to be instantly, why wouldn't I do that, right? Why wouldn't I entertain that? And so it's one of those things where, you want to buy into that, or you want to believe that that's a reality, or that can actually get you to where you want to be. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where, it's not a real thing, right? And unfortunately, because of that, a lot of times people end up, they end up missing out on something that's going to, change their lives, which is like, a realistic solution to their goals, instead of just doing a, something that they can just like, pay for and buy and drink or take a pill or whatever. And it's one of those things that we want to try and educate ourselves and reach our goals, sustainably and for the long haul, because if you take shortcuts, you're only gonna, shortcut yourself, and you're gonna lose out on a lot of money because of it too. You're gonna get screwed out of a lot of money, and so that's because that shit's not cheap, and it's like the most expensive like thing that's never gonna work for you. And so I hope that after listening to this, you're kind of, checking these boxes in your mind about what's, like factual and what's it really going to work and what versus what's not. And so, I talked about, why you want to get away from those things. But, I'm just going to kind of quickly call out a couple of things that are like complete horseshit that you may have heard of and wondered if it was true or not. And so one of those, like, fat burners are bullshit. They don't work. A lot of them are just like appetite suppressants that cause you to eat more. They might make you sweat a little bit more, or they won't cause you to eat more. They'll cause you to eat less because your appetite's suppressed. They might cause you to sweat a little bit more, but if you drink a little bit of water, you're going to gain it all back. Supplements, for the most part, they could have maybe a 3 to 5% impact on your goals and optimizing yourself in a sense. But you have to be doing the other 99% of, you have to be doing the groundwork already for them to really have any impact. It's like you're going to take all these really expensive supplements and things like that. They're that are expensive, right? That, only have a very minimal impact if you're doing all the other stuff right first, right? In the first place. And then you take those things, but then you won't do the stuff that's free. Right? You won't do the stuff that's free, like, being consistent with, tracking your food, eating right, eating in a calorie deficit, going to the gym, things like that, working out, and working on your mindset, all these things that are, free, relatively, unless, if you want to count like a gym membership and food and things like that. But still, doing the things that, are going to cost you way less money, that are going to have a way bigger impact, shakes and things like that. Again, just, shakes and detoxes, those are all bullshit. They're such bullshit. They don't do what they say they're going to do. Some people may lose weight when they take them, but it's just water weight, or it's just from shitting your brains out because you took something that's basically a laxative in a drink. And so just be careful with those things and just know that if it sounds too good to be true, it very likely is. It very likely is. And so, what is the real shortcut? All right. I want to end on this. What is the real shortcut to a fitness journey, right? To a weight loss journey, to see success with your goals? Putting in the work. This is not the shiny answer, right? This is not the fun answer. This is not the, I'm going to get rich quick or I'm going to lose weight fast answer that, a lot of people are looking for. But at the end of the day, putting in the work, learning as much as you freaking can about this stuff, right? And when I say learn, I mean finding reputable sources. I would like to consider myself on that list, but finding reputable sources for information, right? And it's not a sexy answer, right? People want big, sexy, billboard flashing answers that are going to get them the results as quickly as possible. But if you want to see results, you can't go after those things. You can't chase those things. You need to know that, learning as much as you can, putting in the work consistently, to the point that you're really good at the basics and can be consistent with them long term, right? Because the more consistent and dedicated you can be, the shorter it's going to take you to get there, right? In the long term, if you can put in a couple of weeks or a couple of months of work to really hone in your skills when it comes to, flexible dieting, when it comes to, learning about how to be in a calorie deficit, when it takes to learning what foods, fit your goals that you still enjoy eating that make you feel full and satiated, but help you stay in a calorie deficit, right? Going to the gym, finding workouts or exercises that you like that are actually, strength training, oriented that are going to, actually give you the results that you want to see whenever it comes to body recomposition. Those things, right, are the key to success. Not just doing them once though, right? Doing them consistently on a weekly basis. That's, what's going to get you to your goals the fastest, right? Yeah, it might not be as flashy, and it might not cause you to lose 10 pounds instantly in a week, but over time you're going to lose that 10 pounds and you're going to keep it off because you did it the right way, and you're not going to gain it all back because you did it the wrong way. So that's the secret to this, is that there is no secret. It's the boring, mundane stuff that you can, with the right mindset, turn into something fun, turn into something that you love and enjoy. And so, focus on the journey, not the destination, I think is kind of the golden takeaway from this. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Honestly, it probably is. And so, I hope that you got value from this. I hope that the next time that you see somebody who is promoting some pseudoscience bullshit like detoxes and things like that, that you'll second guess it at least. Hopefully you'll totally disregard it and not buy into it. And just remember this, this episode, and think back to this and think, that's not the right way. That's not how I want to do this. That's not how I want to go about this journey. I want a long-term solution. I want to maintain my progress. And I hope that, you do. And if you have any questions about any of that, I'm always a DM away on social media. And so feel free to reach out if you have any questions about anything, and I'd be happy to answer those. So on that note, I'll talk to you guys later. What's up? How's it going? Instagram or Facebook and TikTok. What's up? I got disrupted on on TikTok. So if you have any questions and I didn't see them or I didn't answer them, feel free to ask them now that I'm done recording. And feel free to answer or ask anything on Facebook. But I see a comment here: detoxes are such a joke. Your kidneys and livers work. You're good then. Abso-freaking-lutely. So true. That's why I freaking appreciate you, Gabby. No nonsense. No nonsense. So, but yeah. So, hope you guys got value from this, though. And if you did, and if you don't have any questions, feel free, or if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them. But if anything comes up later and you have any questions about literally anything, if you're a parent who got screwed over by detoxes and things like that in the past, I'd be happy to, chat with you. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. And other than that, I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.